Ready.
All right. Well, I want to welcome all of you to our webinar tonight about quantum viewing. I know that the headline was a little tricky, but that's because we wanted to get your attention, because if you are not already quantum viewing, it's only because A, you don't remember how, because you do know how to do this, and B, you're still using your 3D vision. So quantum viewing is very different, and Marilyn's going to tell you all about it. I'm excited to hear it because I love when she shares a brain cell with all of us, because she's just so knowledgeable. She knows so many things, and she takes it for granted. She doesn't even know that she's doing stuff sometimes when I say, "How do you do that?" And she says, "Do what?" It just cracks me up all the time. So anyway, before we get started, I want to, for those of you who have never been on Zoom with us before, and Zoom is the platform that we use for our double-digit webinars as well, I want to just give you a little bit of instruction. The first thing you want to do is make sure that all other applications are closed on your machine. If you have the Zoom window and you're watching this on your desktop, there's no need to have your browser or anything else open. The only window that you need is the Zoom meeting window. If you have any challenges, like with the video freezing or the sound goes out, typically it's a bandwidth issue on your end. You can do several things. You can try minimizing your window. You can go out and come back in again. And if you're having issues, just type it in the chat window. I'll be in the background and I'll be able to help you. We will be recording this. So we'll be sending out a replay within 24 hours. If you don't get the replay, you can always send us an email at info@Adironda. If you're watching us on Facebook right now or YouTube, write that down, info@Adironda, and I'll send you out the replay. We have a lot of really awesome information. I went over the outline with Marilyn, and she's also going to take you through a pretty powerful activation that we've done with groups before, and it's been just amazing how it turns out. And also I want to tell you that we will be making a special offer at the end of this webinar. We'll be doing it just before the live Q&A. So save all of your questions to the end. We will have a live Q&A, and we'll go as long as we need to for the Q&A. But we will be making a special offer towards the end. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you? The restrooms are down the hall and to the left. No, I don't know where the restrooms are in your house. That's all I can think of for now. I'm just so happy that you've decided to join us tonight or this morning or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And we're so excited to get started. So without any further ado, I'd like to bring out my business partner and my best friend and my travel all over the world, all over the planet, and have fun sister. So Marilyn, are you there?
I am right here where I am supposed to be. Wahoo, what a time. You know, it's so fascinating. We just got back from the Science and Spirituality Conference in Vancouver Island in Canada, and the scientists that were there are proving exactly what this class is all about. I mean, what this webinar is all about. It's so amazing. As Joyce said, I think we are going to have a special offer at the end, and then we'll have question and answer, and maybe even a little message from Adironda. You just never know when they're going to pop in. Oh, Sheila, hello. I can't see.
Nanaimo, yay.
Yeah, very, very nice. You know, we live in amazing times. We have the most phenomenal information that you can't even possibly imagine at our fingertips. You know, some say that we're in the fifth dimension. Adironda believes that we are in the fifth dimension. Whatever dimension we're in, we as humans are acknowledging more and more information, more and more of our innate abilities. We are discovering that we are that source energy, that we are that connective viewpoint, that we are the beings of light that we were destined to, that we are destined to be. And tonight, you know, sometimes we just kind of get as the title of this webinar, stuck in the 3D. We get stuck in that earth dimension. You know, I heard several people this weekend say, well, I can't see. Well, you know, my first grade teachers taught me that can't never did anything. So, so just eliminate the word can't. You know, we're going to talk about three mistakes, three things that people historically do. Light workers, light plurkers, as Adironda says, play plus work equals plurk. Light plurkers do sometimes consistently that do keep them stuck, that keep them separate from their whole divine abilities. And that's what we're going to work on tonight. And we're going to do a download of some upgraded software actually in your brain. And it's your software, it's your guidance system, your own energy that's doing this, and it's going to accommodate that. And with that accommodation of the upgrade, it's my intention that you'll be able to see, sense, feel, hear, know a bit better than you have. And in an hour and 15 minutes or so, you will accommodate that information. You see, so many times what I've found is we capitalize or focus on those qualities that we really don't like about ourselves. That we really don't love about ourselves and who we are. And we do that. It's entrained. It's you know, I was driving to the dentist today after I got back from Canada at 10:30 last night, and having some stuff done. And on the way, I flipped the radio station to a station, and they were talking about how we are born in sin, and how we are sin-filled creatures from the beginning. And that's just not my reality. I'm a follower of Jesus, obviously, because Yeshua is on our council when I channel. And yet, somehow we were imprinted with the program, whether you're Christian or whatever faith you are, we were imprinted with the program that we cannot do the things that are innate within us, because we are a part of the source energy. We are brothers and sisters, and we are activating that innate. And that is exactly what this class is about tonight, this plurk shop, this online plurk shop. We've got hundreds with us from all over the world, and it's so exciting to be able to share this information, to be able to help you each connect in ways that maybe you didn't think possible. It's my intention that wherever you are, wherever you begin, whether you don't even know what the word quantum means, whether you don't know what 3D means, but wherever you begin, we're going to take you to the next level. If you're a professional and you've been doing channeled readings for years, we're going to take you to the next level. And it's going to be really exciting, because you see, I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. I'm going to attempt. Let's see if I can share the screen. Take a deep breath, huh? This is technology. And I love technology. Because of technology, we can come to you in your living room, in your bedroom, on your phone, wherever. And I'm not sure what you are seeing right now. You're seeing me again, aren't you?
We saw your screen for a split second, Marilyn.
Okay. Let's see if I can fix this. You know, I have a lot of innate abilities and I've really worked on a lot of them, but the technology is not something I've worked on so completely. Here we go. Can you see that? Joy?
Yes, I can see it. Looks great.
Can you see me in the center of it?
No, you're where you should be in your little
Oh, good, good. So, mistake number one. Uh-oh. This is not... is to believe that your own sensors, your own inner light, your own inner sight is somehow not working. It is working, always. It just may not quite be as you expect it to be. So the solution is to accelerate your own body and use your own body as a pendulum of as a pendulum or a source of confirmation. So we talk to people and they say, well, I don't remember what the three things were. So I'm putting them on the screen. It may take me a minute to get them there, but I'm putting them on the screen. So many times we believe that the information is going to come in a specific way when you are connecting to a source, when you are connecting to your guidance system, when you are connecting to someone else's body, when you are connecting to things that are not in the physical, when you're being led by your intuition. So many times we don't recognize that. I know when I began, I thought that my intuitive voice was going to be it was going to sound like, the voice of Burt Lancaster or God or, the 10 Commandments. Marilyn, this is what we want you to do. It's not like that at all. It's a matter of recognizing exactly how your information shows up. We're going to do a little activation in just a minute to upgrade some of your software. And we're going to talk a little bit about how that software is going to play out in your body. For me, when I began down this path, I actually installed a tuning fork into my body to vibrate with yes. And so whenever I was on a yes mode, then that tuning fork would vibrate. Joy, I know you have been with, we've worked together now for several years. And what is it that you have done, or how do you notice when you're getting your information?
It took me a long time to figure it out. I knew that it wasn't going to sound like Burt Lancaster because you told me that. But what I didn't realize was it was going to be the thought that I had before I had a thought. So I always know when it comes from spirit, because it's almost like it doesn't have a language, and then I translate it into something. So I know if I wait like 5 or 10 seconds and I start thinking about it, that's my ego. But if something just comes in like that is usually spirit. That's when. So when you say feel it, sometimes I get this kind of rush up my chakras, just this rush of, kind of excitement. And then there's that thing that happens that I know, like, it's not like I hear the words, but I know the sentence. I know what was suggested, but it happened before I had a thought. And, it's funny because they were talking about that this weekend at Science and Spirituality. Joe Dispenza was talking about that. Remember, he was saying that it's when you're actually creating it is what's happening. So when you're in that creative process, you're in a non-linear language. And I think that's what's happening, is that it comes in And I know it's the thought that happens before it's the thought.
Interesting. So as you can see, for Joy, it's completely different than it is for me. When I have my information, I actually, when it's intuitive, I get it in a really specific spot right in the back of my head. When it's, the guides, they come in from a different angle. So through the next, several days, I would like you all to sort of notice when you have that intuitive thought, when you have that synchronicity, when you have that aha moment. If you work in this profession and you are doing a session, notice what it feels like when that session comes in. Notice with that energy, in that capacity, what is happening there is spirit, the mystic, or your guidance system, your intuition is communicating with you. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to activate that energy, and we're going to activate it in a pretty powerful way, and we're going to show it in that connection, and we're going to let your guidance system go into your brain and just activate those muscles. You see, the brain, the intuition, your guidance, all that is muscle oriented. And just like any other muscle, it's going to activate when you work it. So we're going to practice on that tonight and just see how that happens, huh? Is that okay? Anything that I need to pay attention to before I do an activation, Joy?
Nope, I'll let you know. I'll be here in the background for you.
Okay, thanks. I'm going to share my screen again. You can close your eyes or you can activate. What we're going to do is we're going to activate the energy in your brain, and then we're going to go through your entire body on a sensory activation. So your body is actually going to be like a barometer of or your energy is going to come through in ways that will be effective for you. So I'm going to attempt to share the screen again. I'm going to there we go. So take a deep breath. And just slow your breathing down. If you're driving and listening to this, do not close your eyes. If you're not driving and you feel comfortable, you might close your eyes because that sort of allows the outside world to just kind of fade away. And take another deep breath. And just start by breathing into your heart. Intention is everything. And everything is possible. So with your intention, breathe into your heart. And you might even touch your heart. That draws your attention there. Allow your breathing to slow. Maybe to the count of 6. Breathing in to the count of 6. And breathing out to the count of 6. Now, I'm going to ask you to visualize this using your imagination. Remember, everything is possible. Just repeat that to yourself. Everything is possible. And intention is everything. Everything is energy. And intention is everything. Everything is possible. And intention is everything. Everything is energy. And intention is everything. We're just going to visualize a light above the crown of your head. We're just going to go inside and visualize what it might be like if you were a little speck looking at your brain from the inside. We're going to visualize what your pineal gland looks like. It's right in the center of your brain. And if you're having trouble visualizing it, it looks like a little tiny pine cone. It was actually named after the pinyon pine. And if there's any dust on that pineal gland, just kind of dust it off with your intention. I'd like you to just, with your energy, with your focus, with your intention, just move your intention and breathe down into your foot. Doesn't matter which foot it is, just one foot. And breathe into that foot and focus on that foot. Breathe into it and love that foot that gives you stability, foundation, helps you stand upright. Just focus your energy and your breath right into that foot. We're just going to turn up the volume on your awareness and see if you can allow that foot to maybe tingle or get warm or vibrate, or just let you know that that foot is thanking you back. Nice. Whether you felt anything or not, just imagine what that would feel like. Allow that sensation of breath to go into that foot. And now move your attention to your arm. Maybe all the way through your arm, even to your hand. And breathe all up and down it. Almost like you're blowing into your arm. And as you're blowing and breathing into your arm, it begins to tingle or get warm, or just let you know that it's aware of your attention on it. Just send that arm love. I'm so thankful for that arm. Good. Now breathe into the other arm. You might have to relax it. If you're driving, be very careful. And just focus on the arm when you listen to the recording. And allow that arm to accept your breath and just blow into it. It may tingle, it may get warm. Now just breathe into your heart center. And allow that breath to blow into that heart center. And allow it to tingle or get warm as a signal that you're focusing on it. Excellent. We're just going to move into our brain again and look around and just marvel. You can imagine that brain moving with each heartbeat. We're going to ask your guidance system, your higher self, to just upgrade your software so you have a stronger connection for your intuition and your inner vision, your inner sight. Breathe into that intention. Going to just expand the energy. It's going to be with ease and grace and love and compassion, joy. There may even be a little tingling or vibration in your crown where that energy is coming through from. Then take a deep breath and just come back to the present. When you're ready, open your eyes. Maybe the clicking when I was trying to get it to come off of the screen share brought you back into the present time. You know, that energy and that information is truly about acknowledging that you have the capability to see, sense, feel, hear, or know. You know, that I think that's the second mistake that we have, that people, light workers, make, is that that they don't really know whether you're sensing things, whether what you're sensing is real or imagined. Because we teach this in our How to Channel class. We also teach it in our Synchronicity class, how to delineate the difference. Because many times we start with our imagination, we start with our visualization, and then it moves into the other elements. It moves into the other energy. So the key, the second mistake that light workers make is not being able to identify that difference. Now, we put this pendulum in your body. We put this energy there that will vibrate. So you felt that. So now what you get the opportunity to do is to ask it to vibrate with yes. Ask it to show you yes, using your own body as that pendulum. You know, if you're not familiar with dowsing, that's how they find water. You know, many places, and even now they do. But so many times we don't trust it. We think, oh, I can't do this. This is not me. Yeah, I feel something, but it's not real. So Adironda always says, trust, 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 trust. If you're not familiar with her work, Adironda is the spokesbeing for the council that I channel. It is about trusting what you are sensing. If you sense something, if you felt your leg vibrate, if you felt your arms vibrate, you felt your heart tingle a little bit, write that into the chat window. And if you had any other sensations, write those into the chat window. And because the more you acknowledge that, the more you acknowledge that energy, the more connection that you make, the stronger that energy is going to be. You know, back in the olden days when I first started channeling, someone asked Adironda how they can turn up the volume on on their intuitive voice. Well, you know, Adironda is really just discovering that people have ears in the beginning. And they just said, well, this is where you hear, right? So turn up the volume. And it worked. It absolutely worked. I'm just looking at the chat window to see people's responses. My head's shaking slightly back and forth many times. That's really good. That's from Kat. Many times I've discovered that when you're shaking back and forth, rocking back and forth, that is the presence of the Archangel Michael. So that Archangel Michael may be one of your guides. Yes, I felt tingling. My foot tingled, my arms did, my heart, my crown. Afterwards, my left ear started to ring. Okay, so you can turn the volume back down again. God bumps from head to toe, truth. Good, good. Tingling in my foot. Know that when you go into meditation, and I'm sure all of you are going to meditate, those of you that were in our class in Vancouver and Nanaimo, we had the 22 days of connection, and so you're meditating every day. When you go through this meditation, just move your attention around in your body in different places, and that will help you have the awareness. My arms were very warm, felt tingling all over. That's that activation. Yay! I love it when something works. So as you understand that tingling, that visual image, that connection is something that you can't make that up. Take a deep breath on that. You can't make that up. It is exactly as it is supposed to be. It is truth. It is about connecting to that innate. It is about acknowledging that effectiveness for your own intention. It is about acknowledging that space within you for you. You know, there's so much energy out there. And I've talked to people and they say, well, I've taken 12 classes and I've taken every course, I've read every book, I've done everything. How come I can't sense, see, feel, hear, know? How come I can't get my own information? Well, Adironda would say, well, listen to what you just said. How come I can't? That automatically shuts the energy down. It automatically shifts that consciousness and says, I can't. So instead, you can't lie to yourself. Not that I would use can't in that way. But you've got to be able to phrase it in a way that your cells are buying it. So it's like, my awareness is getting better. Hosts of you, I don't know how many we have, a few hundred on this call tonight. Hosts of you are writing in and saying, I felt it, I connected with it, I connected with something, you connected with your higher self. And even if you didn't identify the feeling, you still connected with your higher self. I think that's like the second mistake, is people don't acknowledge that awareness because they have the perception that it's going to be a certain way. And it's not ever that way. It's been I installed a tuning fork into my body to vibrate at the highest level possible that my physical body can tolerate. I'm from Missouri, so you have to prove it to me, that you have to show me what is happening. And then I still didn't quite believe it. So I asked for a conscious confirmation that my logical brain could understand, that would separate myself from your imagination to what is real. In our How to Channel class, we do an exercise that we move from, and we do the How to Channel class all over the world. So get on our website and find out where we're coming to you, when we're coming to you. We do a special activation so you can feel what it feels like when you move from your imagination into your intuition. And from that intuition into maybe your Akash, into your higher self. It depends on what our intention is. The more you practice doing just that, remember, intention is everything. The more you practice doing just that, the stronger those muscles will get. I talked with someone the other day, and they were so down because they wanted to know their purpose. They wanted to be a healing practitioner, but they didn't think they had any intuition. Well, everyone's got an intuition. When I started down this path in the 90s, I didn't see, I didn't sense, I didn't feel, I didn't hear, nothing. Absolutely zippo. I trained those muscles to respond. I trained my body to identify right when I have an intuitive thought where it is, so therefore I can trust it. And you know what? If I can do it, you can do it too. Joy, you have trained your intuition to respond. You know when you're going the wrong direction. How did you train your intuition, and what is your sign that you're is listening to your intuitive voice?
Well, I'm a mini you.
Only you're much taller.
I do whatever you do. Actually, at first I did copy Marilyn because her sign was a feather, and whenever we needed to like get confirmation, we'd look for a feather. And so whenever I saw a feather, I thought, oh, that's my sign. Then one day I realized that that wasn't my sign. That was Marilyn's sign. I just happened to be with her all the time. My sign was a heart. And the way I recognized it was, again, it's that, you know, it's that in the moment that you're not asking about it, you're not thinking about it, you just get this knowing that that's what it is. And then you start testing it, you know, like as you've seen me do whenever we're out on a adventure or something, I always test it. I say, okay, I want to find a heart rock, a really good heart rock for every single person that's on this adventure. And they just show themselves to me, you know. So then when I want confirmation, I just say, okay, I need to see a heart, and it might be in the clouds. It might, you know, I even have like a chicken pox scar on my arm that's in a heart shape. I think actually that may have been when I realized that it was a heart. But yeah, just to ask to be shown, and then be patient.
Exactly. Be patient with yourself. Thank you, Joy. I'm going to attempt to share my screen again. I might get better at this as we go along. What do you think? Maybe. I have to find it every time. I should be quiet, huh? There we go. Mistake number 3, believing in the can't of your own abilities. You know, we believe so vehemently sometimes that we can't do something that becomes our reality. It actually becomes our identity in believing in the can't. The solution to that is having a deeper understanding of how you can see, sense, feel, hear, or simply know what to do about the imbalance within yourself, and then accept what to do about it. You know, we've taught 2 levels of holographic healing. Holographic healing 1, which is like an introduction, and we went into the body, and holographic healing 2, we went into the Akashic records. Holographic healing 3 is all about quantum vision. And with that quantum vision, you know, quantum vision is a powerful energy of experiencing you. It's a powerful energy of being able to see the smallest, tiniest particles within your body or anywhere, and be able to identify that and to shift it if that is in your highest good to shift. You know, when we were in England, we taught a class in quantum vision. It was just a little 45-minute class, and we had everybody in the class. We upgraded their software, much like we did you. And we had everyone in the class then go into the future and look at the slide that I was going to show next. And 90% of the people, there was 400 people in the room, 90% of the people raised their hand and said they got some part of the house, the next slide. If that's possible, then everything is possible. If it's possible to have a deeper understanding of yourself and be able to, with your imagination, sense into your brain, and with your intuition, start acknowledging that brain, and then with your higher self, start upgrading that brain, then everything is possible. And that's kind of my feeling of it. You know, when you have quantum vision, which is the deepest understanding of yourself, quantum vision is actually examining that radiant energy and interpreting the sudden or significant effects that it has on the human form. And then with intention, creative visualization, and creative visualization, we can replace those areas that appear to be out of balance. So mistake number 3 being you taking the can't out of your own abilities, and then to acknowledge that you have that vision that is within you. You have the ability to have quantum vision. Quantum is the nature and behavior of a phenomena on a macroscopic level. It's about being able to see things that are not visible to the naked eye. Vision, I looked up vision in the dictionary. Vision is actually the act or power of sensing with the eyes. That's what they said in the dictionary. Sensing with the eyes. That's when you were, we activated your body. So you're sensing, you sense the tingling in your body. Vision is also the act or power of anticipating that which may or will come to pass. I thought this world is changing if that's how they define vision in the dictionary. Of course, this is the definition that I loved. It's the third definition. Vision, an experience in which a personage, thing, or event appears vividly or credibly to the mind, although it may not actually be present, often under the influence of divine energy. How cool is that? So quantum vision is taking that smallest particle, that smallest energy, and moving into it with your inner sight, your inner vision, connecting you with the divine. In quantum vision, it is acknowledging that information in so many different ways. Holographic healing is based upon quantum vision. It's based upon quantum acceleration of being able to go inside of your own body. In the first section, Holographic Healing 1, we went into the different participants' bodies, and some people had diabetes and they were able to lower their insulin levels. Some people had macular degeneration. They were actually able to see stronger. They were actually able to shift their own vision. So the answer to the 3 mistakes actually is to be able to accelerate those muscles inside of your body strongly enough that you're actually going to build it up and be able to see, sense, feel, hear, be holographically. And when you move into your body, if you can visualize, if you can use your imagination, you can actually move into your body, move into your spine, move into your organs, and look around. Nobody ever told me I couldn't do that. They told me I couldn't do lots of other things. Nobody ever told me I couldn't do that, so that's what I do. And because I have a private practice and do that for others, I don't have time. That's why I started teaching these skills. Quantum vision, holographic healing is actually a certifiable course that you can become certified in. But the quantum vision section is so exciting because it's utilizing all of those energies. It's utilizing all of those muscles that we just talked about. It's utilizing, actually we will install even a greater upgrade in quantum vision. It's so exciting when you stop and think about all the possibilities. And then we went to this Science and Spirituality Conference, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Lynn McTaggart, Lee Carroll, Crown, they were all proving with their scientific proof of 15, 20, 30 years of testing that what we're doing now is possible. How cool is that? So when I started down this path, I stopped having the ability to read. I couldn't read all the how-to books. They told me when I began, I did automatic or inspired writing, and that's where, when I teach people how to channel, that's where we start. And they said that I would be bringing in a new technique, a new method of integrating pain, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain, into the body so it is no longer in charge. And you know what? Now I would like to teach you. I would like to stick my brain into the computer and do a brain meld of everything that's possible. And that's what holographic healing is. Quantum vision. So you all looked into your brain, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. You all raised the vibration in your body so it would respond, and that's just like the bear. It's like baby time. What we're talking about in holographic healing is when you have when your spine is out of alignment, maybe through scoliosis, maybe through degenerative disc, whatever. With your intention, and it's scientifically proven and documented, and we can give you study after study, but I'm not into that. I can pull it up for you, though. That you could actually rebuild a disc and avoid surgery. I've got a friend that rebuilds knee joints and avoid knee replacement surgery. You know, it's like, if that's possible, then everything is possible. If that's possible, if it's possible, I worked with someone that could not see. They had macular degeneration to the point that they couldn't see their cell phone. And after we worked, it took a while. She's driving now. So with that information and with that possibility, and if a person is willing to work in the emotional body as well as the physical body, to work in the mental body as well as the physical body, then every single thing is possible. You know, I would really like to share. I mean, we've given you 3 mistakes that people make. We've given you 3 solutions that people make. We've upgraded your software so you can go home and practice these. But what I would really like to share is an answer to all 3 of those mistakes. And, you know, it's one of those things that is so power-filled that it almost boggles my mind. Quantum Vision, Holographic Healing 3. It is a new course that we're going to start on July the 5th. And it's going to be an intensive course, although everything will be recorded. So if you miss a time or you miss a week, I mean, it's like, what do you mean we're doing this in July? Everybody takes vacation in July. We're supposed to do it this July. I mean, we were driven to do it, guided to do this July 7th. We're going to start on July the 5th, Holographic Healing 3. And what that entails, it's a 7-day, 27 module, 21-day live class with me, Joy, and Adironda and the Council of Light. It includes 4 60-plus minute live video classes with a Q&A. You know, we do live video classes a lot, and lots of people do. But most people don't have Q&A as a part of it. They don't open up the microphone and let people talk. They don't let people ask questions. We do. We love that, and we will utilize examples and more. There's going to be 17 live meditations. That's the 21 days. We're going to dive deep into your own body for the different purpose of of healing and restoring balance. We have we'll spend 3 days, that's 7 modules, 3 days each on going into your own bones, strengthening your own bones, going into your cartilage, strengthening your cartilage, going into your organs, your heart or your pancreas or your, diaphragm or your lymphatic system, your organs of your body, and strengthening them and putting them back and going in remotely through quantum vision, seeing them, and then putting them back into a place of balance. I've done it with hundreds, maybe thousands of people. Now, if I were a documenter or a scientist, I would have written it all down and documented it all, but that's not who I am, so I let the scientists do that. With this course, you get all the handouts and all the diagrams. Well, actually, with this course, we're actually going to, I haven't quite figured out how yet, but we're going to practice on other people to where you will get a blind energy of someone. You will get like a folder, a picture that you will not be able to see with your physical eyes until after you have remotely viewed it, to circle the points that need attention. And when we do that, it's like it confirms everything that you know and everything that you sense. It's so powerful. And we're going to have daily practice assignments. I just want to share this with you. In the holographic healing, I know it's intensive. 21 days. The 60-minute classes are at night. They're on Thursday nights. And the 17 live 30-minute classes are, and there'll be like a little class and an activation, a little class and an activation every day to activate those muscles, just like we did with moving into the senses. And those are going to be in the morning at 6:30 Pacific time in the USA, 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. So hopefully you can do it before you go to work, or hopefully you can do it. It's all recorded. And with that energy, I know I went through we look at how much something like this could cost. The quantum vision itself is really priceless. When you look at a class that has 21 different modules, 21 different segments to it, there are several $1,000s. And that's just not Joy's and my intention, is to have the things priced so no one can do it. We will work everything out. Plus, we're going to give you all gobs of other stuff. A downloadable etheric software every day that's going to activate your third eye, your pineal, and your sensory input. We're going to, every single day for 21 days, we're going to have, with Adironda and the Council of Light, an activation to turn up the volume, an activation to turn up your inner sight, an activation every single day. You can have cellular healing, which is a digital recorder. Cellular healing was recorded by Adironda, and it carries with it an encoded music that goes into the cells of your body and heals, puts back into balance those things that are out of balance. You can play at any time. For the first 50 people that register, you're going to receive a bonus of a 21-day optimal health downloadable meditation. That's normally $144. And you can play that anytime. Obviously, it's probably not a good idea to do it at the same time as the Holographic Healing 3. However, when you need a tune-up, the Optimal Health was a program that we did that inspired the first holographic healing, because we realized that we could take a whole group of, I don't know how many people were on it, 200 or 300, a whole group into their own body to look at their own heart and to see, sense, feel, hear, know where their heart had a little clog in it, and then to know what to do about that to set it straight. Now, in saying that, I do not want you to think that I'm a doctor, and I do not want this to replace your regular health professional. However, if you can avoid a surgery because the doctor says you don't need this, isn't that a great idea? There's also going to be a private Facebook group so you can share. It's already set up. Right now it's a closed group. I have to figure out if it's a closed group or a secret group. I have to check on that. But you'll get to share in a private Facebook group so you can practice on people, so you can share what you get, just share your ideas, upload new pictures into that private Facebook group. And there's more. We're going to give you a video of the very first holographic healing class that was a live class at the West Coast Dowsers Conference, and it shows how that energy is set up. So this is Holographic Healing 3, which the whole class is practicing that quantum vision. It's practicing that remote viewing. In fact, let me give you an exercise in remote viewing. Take and pick an address. You can pick it out of the phone book, an address, and go into the energy of that with your new software in your brain and write down anything that comes to mind about that address, and then go to that address. That's an exercise that we're going to do in quantum vision in Holographic Healing 3, because all that energy, all that intention is expressing itself in that focus. It's expressing itself in that energy. It's I get excited. Can you tell? So in Holographic Healing 3, we will teach you so specifically how to remotely view inside of your body or inside somebody else's body. We will teach you, we will hone those muscles, and we'll train those muscles in 21 days to move forward with that. And you get all of that. Somebody's saying, how much is it? $10,550 because it's worth that. But you can have it for $644 is the price. But if you've taken a Holographic Healing 1 or Holographic Healing 2, they are not dependent upon each other. Now, if you want to get certified, you will eventually have to take all three, but they're not dependent upon each other. But if you take Holographic Healing, if you've taken 1 or 2, you get a special discount. And just by being on this webinar, you also get a discount. The price for the whole course is $644. That includes everything, including the Facebook group and the video and the cellular healing and the handouts and the 21 days for optimal health for the first 50 people that register. But there's a promo code, right, Joy? We can't hear you.
Right. There is a promo code. And I just wanted to say that if you've taken Holographic Healing 1 or 2, you're going to receive an email within the next 8 hours. And it has a special promo code for you because you get a very, very special price. But for those of you who are taking Holographic Healing for the very first time with us, you can save $100 with this promo code. It is healing and the number 3, all one word, all caps. And I'm going to give you the URL in the chat window, and I'll say it in just a second. You can go to adirondaspiritualhealer.com/HH3. And actually, you can just go to adironda.com/HH3. It'll get you there too. And when you put it in your shopping cart, you want to add the promo code healing 3, all in caps, and that'll save you $100. That's only going to be for the people on the webinar. Now, the people who took it before, wait, because I'm going to send you your very own special promo code that will give you an additional discount. And you told me about the people, the first 50, right?
The first 50 get the 21 days to optimal health, which is a precursor to all of this. But again, it's not required. I see in the questions, you do not have to take holographic healing 1 or 2 to be able to take holographic healing 3. You don't have to. They're independent standalone courses. However, if you want to, you can always get a discount for that. And they're all recorded. You get to be on the live class, which then the live class, the recordings are great, but the live class being there the first time something is offered, it's just exciting. I see, Kieran, you do Spanish translations. So are you offering to translate our course into Spanish?
I gave her my email address, yeah. I just want to say, you know what, we're really busy. We don't have several weeks put together in a row. And yet we have taken the time in July to put together this class. And Marilyn put so much focus in it. The people who've taken the live morning meditations know how powerful it is. I mean, how many people, how many professionals will lead you in a morning meditation for 21 days? I think the meditations are 17 days, but it's really powerful. And the best part is you're there with a group. Everybody says hello in the morning, and you just get that energy of everybody being together. You get it on the replay too. It is good on the replay, but I mean, who does that? I don't know anybody who does that, Marilyn. I tip my hat to you.
Plus, I don't know anybody else that is crazy enough to do it. Plus, I saw somebody said, now comes the process of raising money. We take payments. You can be paying for the class even when the class is over. You know, we tried to, we thought about, because, money is money. We know that. And, if I had to pay, gobs of money for something all at one time, in the beginning, I couldn't do it. I probably still couldn't do it. So
I want to read this from Joanne Hodges. She says, I took the Optimal Health a while back, and it was seriously worth the price of admission. Thank you, Joanne. It really is. I mean, people all the time tell Marilyn, you don't charge enough. And I tell her, you don't charge enough. And she says, I want people to do this. I want people to be able to do this.
Our mission on this planet is to get this information out to every single person on the planet. And it costs a tremendous amount for us to do this in the first place. But it's our intention to make it available for everyone. And
thank you, Jennifer, for just signing up. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Thank you.
Put in Healing 3. Yeah. Should we go to the Q&A? I'll put the registration link back in the box. And for those of you who are on the phone, it's adironda.com/HH3. Use the promo code, all caps, one word, Healing 3. Healing 3. That will get you the $100 off. And Jennifer, you'll have to email and use the promo code, because it costs us money to go back into our web program to have to redo.
But we'll refund that.
Yeah.
We will.
Okay. So let's get to some questions, Marilyn.
Okay.
And we will be sending out the replay, and we will be sending out the Q&A. So you'll be able to revisit this webinar. It'll be posted on our website. The first question that came up, Marilyn, I think we've already answered it. Do we need to take HH1 and HH2 in order to take the program? Is it a standalone? No. Okay, we answered that one. Okay. I hear my intuition when it is a general guidance system, but when I'm doing guided meditations and we have to ask for information, I hit a brick wall. Is it fear that keeps me from hearing the answer? Maybe fear of misunderstanding?
Yeah, I believe that I don't fear is a really strong word, but I believe that it is a belief that you can shift. It's a matter of one of the things we do in holographic healing too is go into your Akashic records over and over and find out where that program was set up, and then we dissipate it. So it can be a fear. It can be a fear of getting it wrong. So where did that start? So in your meditation, ask, where did you first connect and make a mistake or misinterpret or shift that energy, and then ask it to dissipate. It follows your intention. So are you afraid of something that is coming in? Are you afraid of not knowing? Are you afraid of, or is it an uncertainty? Ask for confirmation. Ask for a tuning fork to be installed in your back so it vibrates with yes, or a feather on the floor. When I come out of a meditation, I've asked, are we really supposed to do this? I mean, we're going into retreat. We just got back last night at 10:30. We're going into a retreat at Mount Ida, Arkansas for 5 days. I mean, we still do have 2 spots left. And that is, so, I mean, it's like, how can this be? But I had to ask my intuition, ask my guidance system, are you sure we have to do it right here, right now, then? Because can we take a day off maybe? And and I heard, no, it needs to be now for higher reasons. And I stepped out of the house right after that. There was this pile of feathers on my door, just in case I missed it. So, ask for that sign and trust it. Trust.
That's so funny, Marilyn, because I poured my coffee this morning and I went to pour the cream into the top of it, and I looked down and it made a heart.
So your guidance was telling you, good, you can have coffee today.
Yeah, but then you got to get to plurk. So the next question is, my sight, sensing, hearing, and knowing is changing into a very subtle energy. Good. I don't feel as connected to source or my highest self. I feel this is an expansion for me. What do I need to know that would be helpful? That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a great question. Yes, after 2012, and I found another shift happened in 2015, 16. The way you got your information before is not the way it's going to come now. As you are indeed integrating, as you are experiencing that flow of integration, it will change, it will shift, it will maybe not become louder, but it will become so much a part of you that the vibration is different. That's one of the things that we help people learn in the course, is how you get the information now, and then what happens after that.
You know what we forgot to tell them, Marilyn, is when this program starts.
July 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
And remember, it's recorded, so if you feel like you have to miss any of them, the recording goes up right away for the activation.
Right. That same day.
Okay. So this person says, I experience what joy does. Yay! I realize it wasn't my thought. Sometimes I feel it through my whole body, and other times I hear a voiceless voice. Could those things all be my higher self, or could it be a mixture of my higher self and picking up other energies? Can I answer this one?
Sure.
For me, when I'm picking up other energies, it's different, because that when it's my higher self, it's immediate. It's like I haven't even finished the thought or the request, and it's immediate. That's why I know it. I used to think I didn't get anything because it was so immediate, I would dismiss it. But now I know when it's immediate, it's real. When I'm picking up other energies, you just know, like And the other thing I'll do, if I think I'm picking up other energies, I just ask. I say, is this mine? Again, before I finish mine, I get a no or a yes. So it just, for me, it just happened so fast, and I had to get used to the speed of it, believing that that was really happening. My ego takes more time to make things up.
Exactly. My ego does too. What I sense is also immediate, but I feel a vibration. Maybe it's because I installed this tuning fork. I feel it's a ever so slight vibration around my body in this capacity, right in this area. And it's slight. It's not like bass on a guitar or something, vibrating string or whatever. It is so slight that it's easy to miss. But once I identified it, it's like I'm trusting it, trust. And it pays off. It certainly does work.
And don't you think that trust, like feeling the vibration, because I have a few places in my body that I'm starting to notice vibrate, that are consistent, but it all comes, the more that you believe and the more you lean into wanting to know, and the more patient you are, because spirit has a really good sense of humor. If you want it now, you're not going to get it right now. You have to you raise your vibration to a certain point to get it.
Yeah. And we teach how to do that.
Right,
so,
right.
In the class. Next question.
Is there going to be a video replay? I missed the beginning of the webinar. Yes.
Yes, it should go. It will be posted on YouTube, and it will be live on Facebook, and it should be also go out in an email, right, Joy?
Yeah, it'll go out right away. Marilyn, someone's asking you to put up the first slide of the first mistake again, but you may want to just read it.
Good luck with that. The first slide of the first mistake. Okay, here, let me try it. Believing your own sensors, your own inner sight is somehow not working correctly. And the solution is accelerating your own body as a pendulum of source. And then that was the activation. I like this picture because the energy shows where the vibration can come in. Is that good?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Couple more questions about date and time, if you want to just answer that live again.
Date and time, July 5th through the 25th. 21 days, consecutive days. Every Thursday night, we will have a webinar just like this. And every morning, except for on Thursdays, we'll start them again on Friday morning, will be a telesummit, like a telephone call. So you can do it on your phone. You can do it anywhere. We will have a slideshow that you can watch. And that will be made into like a video movie, but it won't be like a video like this because, I'm going to be in my jammies. And I love you all, but you don't need to see me in my jammies. But so it's going to start on the 5th of July, going to the 25th of July, 21 consecutive days. The first on Thursdays, it will be at night at 6 p.m. Pacific time, USA, and on starting on the Friday will be at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, and so you can figure out your own time zone.
Okay, Marilyn, as a Reiki master medical professional, right on.
Yeah,
I know this is possible. Yeah, I haven't learned how to talk to people about it. Suggestions? Take our class. We'll give you all the language you need. Or do I just do it and trust that the universe will support me in other ways? That's.
So let me tell you what I know. I ask for translation in my brain to give me the right words to say to explain what I do to anybody. As a medical professional, and a Reiki master, and knowing that you can do this, I start with The body is an electrical system, right? Everybody knows that. When there's a circuit of, do we know how electricity works? Can you see electricity? No, you can only see the results of it. And that's the way energy healing works, is the practitioner holds the intention of the highest vibration possible. They hold the intention that they are creating. The healer, who is actually the recipient, they entrain, and they are an active participant. They are visualizing what I'm doing. So there is a way to explain that, and in the course, we teach you how to communicate it with anybody. I mean, I had to learn that. The universe set me down next to minister, chaplains, doctors, every time I turn around. So I would learn how to explain it to anyone. Now they set me down. I flew next to a theology professor who's trying to teach the mysticism and how the mysticism is overriding the world religions. Now, how cool is that? So, yes, we will help you with that, and start with simplicity. Start with what they know. The body is an electrical system. And so therefore, when you have if you fall down and skin your knee, that breaks the meridians that go to that knee. So energetically, you can align those meridians with your intention. And there's all kinds of documentation, scientific documentation. Google Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Lynn McTaggart, Greg Braden. They're all saying the exact same thing. And during the class, I'm going to use one of Greg Braden's videos where he shows a person having a cancerous tumor being removed from a kidney or a bladder, I can't remember which, in like 2 or 3 minutes with intention only. It's powerful stuff. Anyway, next question.
I didn't know that about the meridians. Gosh, I learned something from you all the time. Hard. Okay. When is your book on numerology going to be available? It's almost done. I'm so excited.
We've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, but we will definitely have it at the Convergence, which is in October, and so it will be available then. And if you're a double-digit subscriber, you will get a PDF copy of it. So,
are you ever bothered by the tuning fork? No, I'm not.
Okay, here's a logistic question. If the promo code for those who have taken Holographic Healing 1 and or 2 is being sent within 8 hours, what happens about the bonus for the first 50 who take up the offer? If the promo code, I love you guys. I love you guys. The first 50 people of the that are receiving the previously attended, there'll be a first 50 for them too. It's a pretty big group. There's a lot of people who've taken this class, so we'll separate out the 2 groups depending on the code they use.
And there's a question. When you say spirit, are you meaning God, goddess, or your higher self? Yes, I am. All of the above.
Thank you for your precious time sharing your gifts and service to humanity. How can we contact you to sign up, making a payment arrangement? It's on the landing page. If you go to the URL, the web page that I put in the window, adironda.com, that's ADIRONNDA.com/HH3. If you go to that page and you click through to the shopping cart, there's a payment plan there that you can sign up for. Costs slightly more to do the payment plan because we take more, we have to pay more percentage on the credit card. But yeah, you can, I think we have 6 months of payments, right? We made it really easy. Like $122 a month or something.
And you know what? If that doesn't work for you, email us. Joy doesn't like it when I say things like that. It really complicates things. Know that it's just like when I when I met Joy in 2010, and I hired her company to redo my website before we were business partners. I never had to take any money out of my checking account to pay for it. The money came in because that's just the rule of the universe. Set the intention that the money will come in to take care of it. And it will.
This is just a comment. The meridian alignment meditation on your website is awesome. Thanks, Linda. We love testimonials like that. We think so too. So Marilyn, how do you install the tuning fork?
Intention is the key. We are going to, if everyone accepts it in the first class, install the tuning fork into everybody's body, and it can vibrate with wherever they want. But I just intend to make it so.
Are you going to channel Adironda tonight?
I could. Do we have time? Depends on how many questions there are.
Maybe we'll get a message from Adironda. There's just a couple more questions.
Okay.
For those who braved the long webinar and stuck around till the end, well, maybe do you think Adironda could come out for a 5-minute message?
Sure.
Okay. See, I'm going to join you from the Big Island. Yay, we often have people from Hawaii. Meaning I'm going to be up at 3:20. We honor you for sure. Adironda said a while ago, people may have to get up at 4 to meditate. I hope Adironda will help me get to sleep at 8. I was on the fence about the class, but you just said, right here, right now, which is my mantra of the month. Plus my quality of the month has been increased vision. Yeah, I want that one too. I really resonate with Adironda and Maryland, so see y'all soon. Aloha.
Aloha.
Let's see. These are just comments. I too get answers immediately, especially when I'm writing in my journal. It's a wonderful feeling to know that my higher self is in constant contact with me. Yeah, a lot of people have the same. Could you please clarify if we've done HH2, are we going to be sent a different code instead of Healing 3 or use both? If you've done HH2, watch your inbox in the next 8 hours or so, you will get a different code. What else can you use these skills for? How does this work with other energy healings? Great question.
You can use these skills they will accommodate to any modality. You know, I mean, remote viewing, they used to use it behind enemy lines for this service. I mean, that's where I started. Not as a remote viewer, but I took the class and thought that's not going to work for me. But you can use these skills for anything. They can help you be better in your job. They can help you be a better salesperson. They can help you because you'll intuitively know what the customer needs. They can help you if you're a medical professional. They help you in all professions. So I'm going to get out of the way. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a good day to you, huh? Oh, so very good to see all of your bright and shining faces, dearest beings of light. We see you, we see your fear, we see your thinking that you cannot, that you do not know, you can't, as the vessel Marilyn said, never did anything. Understand that this is an energy for you. This is an avenue, an opening for you. We wish, take a deep breath, for each of you to accelerate all of your own personal innate abilities, which is why we have nudged the Joy and the vessel Maryland to do this when they have a few minutes off. You understand that the dimensional healing of the universe is coming in stronger and stronger. The dimensional vibrational frequency of this planet is shifting in ways that you did not know possible. So in that energy, with that focus, know that the planet itself is shifting. You know, there were predictions by Dr. Bruce Lipton and Joe Dispenza of some frightening things for the future. One thing that we can do and you can do to assist that future is to be the best person that you can possibly be. And that is why we are working with you on a cellular level. You know, sometimes the talk is beside itself. Take a deep breath and feel your heart opening right now. If you can, put your hands on your heart. You can put them over your physical heart, or you can put them on your heart chakra, or if in doubt, put them all across your sacred tortoise or your chest or wherever it goes. Huh? And breathe into that energy. Trust the activation of your own heartbeat and the connection of your own brain working in divine cohesiveness together. You feel the energy going round the circle, around the planet, around the meridians of the planet, connecting with each other's heart. Just visualize that. We know people are with us in Australia, South America, Europe, Asia, China, Hong Kong, Germany, Belgium, United Kingdom, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, Canada, Central America, Africa. We are naming what we see. Feel that heartbeat of connection around the planet. We feel the heartbeat getting stronger. You see, when our hearts beat as one, dearest beings of light, that energy is connecting in such a capacity that the universe, the galaxy, the peoples of this planet and beyond feel that energy. We've told our vessel Marilyn many times, intention is everything. Science is proving that. So if your intention is to heal your pancreas so you no longer have to take insulin, if your intention is to heal your digestive system, if your intention is to heal your muscles that have carried a diagnosis of fibromyalgia, let us make it so. Let us allow it to be with our help and your help. You see, you, dearest beings of light, are the healing practitioners. Then sometimes you are also the healer because you are receiving of that energy. The planet is shifting its consciousness. The governmental structures are imploding upon themselves to elicit the change and to highlight that energy that is not in integrity. So it is going to take all the light players of the universe to come together to bring the universe, the planet, into coherence and ultimately peace on this planet. That is the goal. Peace within you, peace on the planet, shifting the dimensional frequency without making the planet extinct. That is where you are right now. So we thank you for showing up. We thank you for having the willingness to say yes to yourself and this planet. We know there are many questions, many opportunities. We will meet with you each day. We will connect with your energy each day to accommodate you, to expand you, to be the best you can possibly be. We love you deeply. We see who you are. We honor you. We trust you. And now, dearest beings of light, we implore you to trust you too. For you see, without that trust, nothing happens. Your ego is the arguer. Remember that. So when you're feeling that argument come up inside, you just turn to that ego and say, thank you for trying to keep me safe. Now be quiet. And there it will be. Oh, we love you so much. We will see you again on 7/7 on the double digit. But hopefully we will see you on 7/5. It is a powerful month. 7 is the most spiritual of all the numbers. That is why we are doing this in 7 month. We love you deeply. We see you. We bid you namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. You know, Adirondha just mentioned the double digit. So for those of you who've never been on the double digit with us before, there is a way that you can join us free if you've never done it before. And that's just go to our website, Adirondha.com, and under channeling, there's a page called Double Digit. And as you start to leave the page, you'll get a pop-up that will allow you to register for free for the double digit, and you can be our guest. You can only do it once. It recognizes your email. So, but since Adirondha mentioned it, we would love to have you join us on July 7th, 7/7. The more the merrier. And actually, that will be right after we start the holographic healing class. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your support, and we appreciate you being online with us. And we just love being in your energy.
Love you all. Namaste,
Namaste,
y'all.
y'all.
Namaste.